Good day, everyone. Welcome to this panel session where we'll dive into critical issues surrounding the management of communication, media resources, and systems. My name is Kim Harold Pehi, and I'll be moderating today's discussion. We're fortunate to have distinguished panelists from the Office of Sustainability Management and Innovations, or popularly known as OSMI, who will share their expertise and insights on the various aspects of sustainability and innovation in communication. Operating under the Office of the President, OSMI serves an advisory and coordinating body dedicated to promoting sustainability and fostering innovation in national policies, plans, programs, and practices. Today's discussion will focus on four key issues. First is mitigating organizational risk at OSMI, developing effective communication strategies and frameworks for stakeholder engagement. Third is addressing workforce adequacy and retention of specialized skills with OSMI. And lastly, applying total quality management or TQM principles in OSMI's operations. Each panelist will address specific issues, after which we will have a brief time for interaction. So before we start our panel session, let me introduce to you the members of the panel who are joining us today. First is the operations head of OSMI, Ms. Myra Cel Espinosa. Hi, Myra.
Hi, good day, everyone.
Second is the communication head of OSMI, Rita De La Cruz. Hi, Rita.
Hello, Kim. Good day.
Good day. Third is the human resource and IT head of OSMI, Mr. Arjen Azul.
Hi, Kim. Good afternoon.
Hi, Arjen. And lastly, the administrative head of OSMI, Kimberly Joy Kilat. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Kim. Good day. And hi to everyone.
All right, let's make this session as engaging and insightful as possible. On the first issue that we will be discussing today is on mitigating organizational risk at OSMI. Anyone from the panel can answer this. How do you see OSMI mitigating risk associated with shifting political priorities?
Hi, Kim. As the operations head, no, let me answer the question. So we are happy that OSMI mitigates risk associated with shifting political priorities by aligning its initiatives with long-term frameworks such as the Philippine Development Plan or PDP of 2023 to 2028 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs. This alignment ensures that its objectives transcend individual political administrations. And the organization leverages advanced technologies, strategic partnership, and effective communication to build broad-based support, minimizing reliance on political cycles by fostering professionalism, efficiency, and a commitment to sustainability and innovation. And OSMI ensures continuity in its programs and positions itself as key player in advancing sustainability goals. Also, we are emphasizing that evidence-based solutions and public advocacy. OSMI reinforces its mission and adopts to changes in leadership. Its institutionalized approach ensures sustainability remains a core priority, allowing the organization to maintain relevance and impact across administrations.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Myra, for your answer on
Thank
how
you.
mitigate risk with shifting political priorities. My next question is given OSMI's alignment with long-term frameworks like the Philippine Development Plan, as what you have mentioned, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs, how does the organization ensure its program effectively contribute to these priorities? Anyone from the panel can answer this.
Hi. Can I respond to this, Kim?
Yes, go ahead, Kim.
Okay. So OSMI aligns its goals with broader frameworks such as the PDP 2023 to 2028, as mentioned by Myra. This is to ensure that the SDGs as well as the PDP ensure its initiatives to contribute to a long-term national and global objectives. By embedding its strategies within these overarching frameworks, OSMI establishes a roadmap that transcends political cycles, aligning its sustainability efforts with the nation's economic, environmental, and social priorities. This alignment enables OSMI to address complex challenges while remaining adaptable to evolving national needs. Moreover, OSMI leverages its multidisciplinary expertise, spanning research, policymaking, ICT, and communication. This is to develop programs that balance immediate and strategic priorities. It's institutionalized coordination mechanisms, which fosters collaboration among agencies, ensuring cohesive and efficient implementation. Through data-driven approaches and strong public and stakeholder engagement, OSMI enhances the relevance and impact of its initiatives. This solidifies our role, as essential components of national progress.
Thank you very much, Kimberly, for that answer. Establishing a roadmap that transcends political cycles and leveraging on multidisciplinary expertise to develop programs that are balanced and responsive to the need to the stakeholder. These are indeed good points. We can now move on to the next issue on developing effective communication strategies and frameworks for stakeholder engagement. My question is, how can OSMI establish a comprehensive communication framework given the diverse organizations under its oversight? Maybe I can direct this question to OSMI's communication head, Rita de la Cruz. Rita?
Yes, thank you, Kim. So I can answer that. So OSMI implements a comprehensive communication plan, to effectively cascade its programs to stakeholders. So this plan, it actually outlines clear communication objectives, channels, and methods, and reach diverse audiences through platforms such as government websites, social media, webinars, and partnership with a lot of agencies like the national government agencies or NGAs, and what else? Non-government organizations or NGOs. So by combining accessible content, digital tools, and stakeholder consultations, OSMI ensures its messages are both clear and inclusive. Also, this plan, it integrates regular feedback mechanisms and monitoring processes to evaluate the effectiveness of its efforts. Additionally, OSMI employs sustainability storytelling to engage stakeholders emotionally, fostering deeper connections and encouraging active participation in its programs. So this strategic approach ensures that OSMI initiatives resonate with and inspire its target audiences.
Thank you very much, Rita, for that comprehensive answer. Having a complan is indeed a good strategy to effectively and efficiently cascade OSMI's programs to its stakeholders. Complan is very important in any organization. And as I follow up to that, to my previous question, how do you think OSMI can establish a communication framework given the diverse organizations under its oversight? Anyone from the panel?
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Kim. I think I can answer this question, no? OSMI ensures that its communication strategies are inclusive and accessible to diverse stakeholder groups. As an oversight agency providing policy recommendations to the President on innovations and sustainability, OSMI prioritizes inclusivity by tailoring its communication approaches to meet the needs of various stakeholders, including the marginalized communities. This involves translating materials into local languages, using visually engaging content for low literacy audiences, and conducting both national and regional consultations. The agency also ensures that its knowledge, products, and information, education, and communication or IEC materials adhere to gender and development principles. Additionally, OSMI's digital platforms comply with international and local accessibility standards, making them accessible to persons with disabilities. By implementing these strategies, OSME fosters effective communication and engagement across diverse audiences.
Thank you very much, Myra, for that wonderful answer. A tailored communication approach specific to the needs of various stakeholders is indeed a good strategy, ensuring that the IECs and other communication platforms comply with the standards. Another related issue to addressing the communication aspect of OSME is the issue of addressing workforce adequacy and retention of specialized skills. Do you think, guys, the lean workforce, I think you only have 34 personnel, is adequate to fulfill OSMI's objectives?
Hi, Kim. I think I can answer this question.
Right,
So
Arjen?
maintaining, yeah, yeah. So maintaining a small team allows us to stay agile and cost effective. But the breadth of its responsibility, such as spanning national policy guidelines, program implementation, and interagency collaboration, can stretch our resources. So managing sustainability and innovation initiatives across sectors requires significant efforts. To address these challenges, we do several strategies. So the first one is to tap partners and do external collaboration to supplement expertise, and we also tap technology such as data analytics and project management tools to automate tasks and boost productivity. So in HR, we also do detailed workload and job analysis as outlined by DAF. So this analysis, we can have job description as well as job specification. So, and then we do regular updates to these documents to ensure its alignment with our evolving rules, duties, and responsibilities. So this approach helps us to identify gaps and determine the needs for outsourcing or contracting experts for specialized tasks, for example. And by focusing on strategic leadership and coordination, OSME ensures its lean team remains effective and adaptable to the dynamic nature of its work.
Good points, Arjen. Thank you very much for your answer. I think also relying on partnerships and external collaborations to supplement expertise is also a good strategy. But how can OSME retain specialized talent amidst the mentioned challenges?
Kim, can I answer this one?
Go ahead, Rita.
Okay. So your question is how can OSME retain specialized talent? And so retaining people with specialized skills is critical to OSME's success, given our reliance on technical expertise and innovative solutions. To achieve this, we focus on offering competitive compensation and benefits by regularly benchmarking salaries against similar roles in both public and private sectors. So while also providing non-monetary perks like flexible work arrangements and additional leave for professional development, so we emphasize professional growth by establishing what do you call this clear career progression paths, supporting continuous learning through training programs and certification, and exposing our team to global best practices in sustainability and innovation. What else? Additionally, we foster a strong organizational culture that highlights purpose and collaboration. So recognizing OSMI's vital role in shaping a sustainable future. Outstanding contributions are celebrated through awards like public acknowledgement and performance bonuses. For coterminous staff, we actively seek funding and approvals to extend contracts for high-ranking performing employees. Finally, we engage in partnership with academic institutions, NGOs, and the private sector to create robust talent pipelines and offer secondment opportunities, ensuring OSME remains a hub for exceptional expertise and a valued network of affiliated professionals.
Thank you very much for that answer, Rita. Those are interesting. Offering comprehensive compensation and benefits and establishing a career progression path for staff are excellent strategies to keep talents to OSME. How about total quality management principles or TQM principle? How does OSME apply the principles to its operations? Maybe we can address this question to the admin head, Kimberly.
Yes, thank you, Kim. Well, I have 4 points actually for this, for the TQM. OSME fosters a culture of employee involvement in quality improvement through a combination of structural design, communication practices, and a commitment to professional development. So, first, OSME's structure as a centralized body under the Office of the President promotes a clear communication channel and a shared understanding of national sustainability goals. This ensures that all employees are aligned with the organization's vision and mission, which is really important to foster a sense of collective responsibility. So, second, OSME leverages specialized expertise from its employees, who are experts in sustainability management, policy development, and innovative practices. This allows for informed and targeted communication across different sectors, ensuring that technical information is effectively translated into actionable strategies. The third point is that OSME emphasizes professionalism, ethical integrity, and accountability, creating a culture of trust and respect within the organization and with partner agencies. This commitment to professionalism fosters continuous learning and encourages employees to stay informed on best practices in sustainability and innovation, leading to a higher quality of guidance and support. And finally, OSME promotes a culture of innovation by empowering employees to contribute to finding solutions. The Undersecretary of Innovations actually leads a team that is dedicated to integrating advanced methodologies, technology, and policy updates. This fosters a culture of innovation and encouraging employee contributions. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you very much, Kimberly, for that very detailed answer. As a follow-up question, how do you think OSME is working to reduce the cycle time for implementing sustainability initiatives and achieve defect-free procedures, ensuring that its efforts are efficient and effective?
OSMI's focus on innovation and the integration of advanced methodologies and technologies plays a crucial role in accelerating the implementation of sustainability initiatives. So this proactive approach helps OSMI stay ahead of the curve, minimizing delays associated with outdated or inefficient methods. Furthermore, in OSMI's pursuit to defect-free procedures, we consistently ensure clear communication regarding the structure, policies, plans, and practices, thereby reducing the possibility of errors or misinterpretation. In addition to the specialized person's ability to reduce errors resulting from lack of understanding or expertise, their dedication to professionalism and continuous learning further mitigates the risk of errors and defects.
All right. Thank you to all our panelists for your thoughtful contributions in today's panel discussion. Today, we've explored how OSME addresses political risk, develops communication frameworks, manages its workforce, and applies TQM principles. On political risk, we've learned that OSME mitigate risk associated with shifting political priorities by aligning its initiatives with the long-term frameworks such as the Philippine Development Plan, or popularly known as PDP 2023 to 2028, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs. This alignment ensures that its objectives transcend individuals' political administrations. To effectively cascade its programs and initiatives, we've learned that OSME implements a comprehensive communication plan, combining accessible content, digital tools, and stakeholder consultations. And OSME ensures that its messages are both clear and inclusive. I think this is really very important. OSME manages its small workforce by relying on partnerships and external collaborations to supplement expertise, conducting detailed workload and job analysis that allows regular updates and ensure alignment with evolving roles, duties, and tools as emphasized by Argent. And lastly, we've learned from our panelists how OSME applies the principles of total quality management or TQM. And we've learned that this commitment of its commitment to continuous learning, innovation, and employee empowerment ensures effective strategies and a collaborative approach to sustainability and innovation. These insights underline the importance of collaboration and innovation in managing communication media resources effectively. I hope this session has been an enriching for you as it had been for me. Thank you everyone for all your active participation and have a great day ahead.
Thank
Bye.
you, Kim.